Okay, an update then in the John Magnier and Thompson Moore Barne Estate case. This week, David Watchman, the son-in-law of John Magnier, gave evidence, and he's denied lowballing the vendors of Barne Estate in an allegedly deceptive manner in starting bids on the Tipperary property before a 15 million alleged deal fell through. So the whole row was about this so-called alleged deal that John Magnier and his son-in-law and his daughter, David Watchman and Magnier's daughter, had for the purchase of the property. The son-in-law, David Watchman, said that it was common practice to start bidding at a level lower than the vendor's valuation for any property, and that price expectations had to be controlled. That's self-evident and common sense. Anybody would recognise that, but what actually happened here was slightly different, and slightly more intricate and slightly more complex. Lawyers acting for Magnier have claimed that the US-based construction magnate Maurice Regan engaged in, quote, a full frontal assault on Mr. Magnier's claim deal to buy the 751-acre tract of land. Magnier's case is that the Barne Estate reneged on an alleged deal to sell the land to him for 15 million, and they went down and sold at a higher price, 22.25 million, to Mr. Regan, who founded a New York building firm. Magnier, along with his son-in-law and his daughter, want to enforce the alleged deal. They say the deal was struck in August 2023, August the 22nd, 2023, at a kitchen meeting at Magnier's Coolmore home. The claim an exclusivity agreement was in effect from August the 31st to September the 30th, stipulated that the estate would not permit its representatives to solicit or encourage any expression of interest, inquiry or offer on the property from anyone other than Magnier. Barne Estate has been held for the benefit of Richard Thompson Moore and others by a Jersey trust. The Magnier side has sued the Barne Estate, Mr. Thompson Moore and 3 companies based in the Jersey, seeking to enforce the purported deal, which they had claimed had been unequivocally agreed. The Barne defendants never said that there was never any such agreement, as they needed the consent of the trustees to finalise any agreement, and subsequently they preferred to sell the estate to Mr. Regan, and obviously they were getting a good bit more money from Mr. Regan, so that's not strange. Paul Gallagher, senior counsel for the Magnier side, was told by Mr. Watchman, that's David Watchman, that Mr. Regan was always of the opinion that we shouldn't bid against each other, as this would generally mean the 2 strongest bidders, in this case Mr. Magnier and Mr. Regan, would increase land prices in Tipperary. Mr. Watchman told Niall Buckley, senior counsel for the Barne Estate, that Coolmore was interested in Barne, and by July 2023 coordinated a bid of 10.5 million through a third party acting on behalf of, quote, a wealthy UK investor, without informing the Thompson Moores, who sought 13.5 million for the estate, of Coolmore's involvement. Another third party, who did not disclose to the vendor that Coolmore was also using him, had earlier pulled out of bidding, and when both third parties withdrew, it left Coolmore as the only one left on the pitch. Mr. Buckley asked if Mr. Watchman was aware that the third parties were already known to his clients, and was told yes. Mr. Buckley said this strategy amounted to a ruse and a backstory by Coolmore regarding their interest in the property, which was not on the open market. Mr. Buckley said not long after the first bid that Coolmore submitted a bid of 10 million in what was, he alleged, a deceptively low bid. Mr. Watchman said the strategy was engaged to control expectations on the value of the estate. Mr. Buckley said that the lowball tactic was to dent confidence in the value of the estate through bids from ostensibly 2 different bidders. So what Mr. Buckley seems to be saying here, and what Mr. Watchman seems to be agreeing, is that Coolmore or other bidders were arranged through Coolmore to bid on the property, deceptively lowball bids, which would create a certain expectation in the minds of the vendor as to the value of the land. Regarding the claim of trying to dent the confidence of the vendors, Mr. Watchman said, "I am not sure I agree with you, but that is a matter for interpretation." Mr. Watchman said the view of there being two bidders was correct, but that he could not have known the confidence levels of the vendors. Mr. Watchman said information on the third-party bids reaching the Coolmore side from the estate agent showed the estate agent to be trustworthy. "We then knew the agent was telling the truth," said Mr. Watchman. "You may have a rationale, but the vendors were the casualties in that," said Mr. Buckley, who added that Coolmore were using people known to his clients to advance veiled inquiries. Mr. Buckley said that Mr. Regan will dispute the claim that he wanted to suppress land prices in the area and that his eventual and higher preferred bid of $22.5 million was inconsistent with this claim. Mr. Watchman told counsel that it was inconsistent with the land price suppression claim because Mr. Regan, quote, had a bee in his bonnet after learning of the alleged agreement between Barne and the Magnier side. Mr. Buckley said that the lowball offers from the Magnier side were more consistent with any price suppression as opposed to Mr. Regan engaging in the tactic. Mr. Watchman said it was, quote, common practice to start at a lower price and added that the eventual bid from the Magnier side was $15 million. The hearing continues. The reporting here is from Breaking News, the Breaking News website. Hope you find the video useful. Thanks a lot.